Gollum, the latest Lord of the Rings video game. Hands down, one of the best games I have ever played. Absolutely magnificent. A glorious tribute to not only Tolkien, but to the movies. A magnificent, magnificent work of art. Okay, alright, I'll cut the crap. I'm lying. I'm being sarcastic. What the hell is this? I couldn't believe it when I saw it. First I saw little clips of it on Twitter, and then I watched a couple of reviews on YouTube. Seriously, this is it, is it? This is the best that you can do. This is Lord of the Rings in computer game form. I'm baffled. I just don't know what to say. I mean, how much money did they put in? I'd like to know how much. I bet this cost millions to make. I bet it took years to build. And what were they doing? But maybe, I don't know, I like to think that maybe they were spending most of their time actually reading the Lord of the Rings instead of programming the game. At least then they'd have a legitimate excuse why the game is this bad. Because let's be honest with one another, this is absolutely dreadful. This is a disgrace. And do you know how much the game costs? It costs 40 quid! You have to spend £40 to play this! Don't do it, please. Don't buy this. This is an absolute outrage. This is beyond a joke. It's not even funny. If this was released as a joke, I'm not laughing at it. This is terrible. Just look at all of this. Just mess. Glitching out of the game. The character is uncontrollable. How are you supposed to... I mean, the whole point of a video game is that it's supposed to be fun. I have played games on the Commodore that are far superior than this. Damn it, I played games on the BBC Micro that surpass this game in every single way in terms of graphics and gameplay. Honestly, Park Patrol on the Commodore 64 is better than Gollum. Yes, I really mean it. Park Patrol, a game where you have to pick up trash off the floor. It's better than this. Before I read the reviews and witnessed what a disaster piece this game is, I actually thought the idea of a Gollum game was quite good. Think about it. Why not have a game of his journey across Middle-earth, tracking down Frodo Baggins and luring him back to Mordor? That's what you think you'd actually do. But no, listen to this. In the first section of the game, you are pig farming. Yes, you actually have to do that. What? Why? Where did they get this idea from? You're a developer and you're programming a game about Gollum. Okay, you scratch your head, you think a little bit. Let's have some pig farming in it. That makes sense. No, it doesn't. I'm sure you will agree. I mean, where did they come up with this idea? The only explanation I have for it is that this was a prototype for a different game. But it's still no excuse. Years ago, there was this really nice game on the PC. It was called Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. In this game, you controlled all of the characters. It was a role-playing game, and you had the chance to explore Middle-earth. Middle-earth was pretty much open-ended. It had an amusing, if you will, glitch that allowed you to skip the whole Mines of Moria section by clipping through the Misty Mountains. Amazing. If only they had that option in the book, eh? But you could travel from Lothlorien and then go back to the Shire if you wanted to, in case you missed something, forgot to pick up a loaf of bread, that sort of thing. Brilliant stuff. It's the only single-player Lord of the Rings game I've ever played that lets you do that. I'm not saying that you would do it, but it was nice that the game gave you that option, to go back and explore old areas again. Why can't a modern developer, with all the resources that there are out there, build something similar to this? Why can't they recreate Western Middle-earth and let us enjoy it, explore it? To all of the gamers out there and the Lord of the Ring fans, listen to this. You know what the dream Lord of the Rings game would be? A free-roaming role-playing game in the vein of the Elder Scrolls games, where you create your character, a hobbit, a dwarf, an elf, or a human, and then you set out into the world, you fight goblins and orcs and trolls and wargs, and you level your character up and you take on quests. It would let you travel to all those famous locations. Rivendell, Bree, Weathertop. Go on a merry walk through the Shire. That's the dream. That's what we want. But they haven't built it, and I don't think they ever will. So instead we get Gollum. It's an insult to gamers and to the Lord of the Rings. Quite frankly, this is a disgrace. I'm going to tell you now, and I mean this in all honesty. I'm not being sarcastic right now. I'm being honest with you. In my office, all alone, I can program a better game than Gollum. I'm going to put a link in the description of this video to a game that I programmed called Give 'em Hell. You can complete it in about a minute or two. I programmed this game by myself. I'm rather proud of that. If you play it, I'm sure you'll agree that Give 'em Hell is better than Gollum, certainly more fun. Gollum is a catastrophe, and everyone on YouTube is saying the same thing. What is the gaming world coming to? I don't know. Maybe the developing industry will learn from this chaotic mistake. Maybe they will scratch their heads over thinking, create the Lord of the Rings game we've always hungered for. Or maybe the gaming industry is controlled by Sauron, the evil eye. Yes, maybe it's his minions at work, and maybe they are creating these awful games, one after the other, to, I don't know, destroy the glory of the Lord of the Rings. That could be it. No. Unfortunately, it's nothing that exciting. It's just sheer arrogance and incompetency. Okay, that's it for this rant. Thank you for listening, and good luck out there.